Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Hope things are going well in your neck of the woods. I do non-pop country music reactions, and Tom T. Hall is certainly one of the poster children for that description. He's non-pop. He's known as the storyteller, and when you're known as the storyteller in traditional country, you're a storyteller, because traditional country is all about telling stories. This is a gift request. Roger Smith made a gift to the channel for me to get on this one right away. So Roger, thank you for this, my friend. I don't know the song, The Little Lady Preacher. I have a feeling it's going to be funny, but Tom T. Hall can take any song in any direction at any moment, and in the end there might be a twist. You just don't know. So let's find out what Tom T. has for us. All right, here we go, folks. The Little Lady Preacher. Oh, God.
Oh, the little lady preacher from the limestone church. I'll never forget her, I guess. She preached each Sunday morning on the local radio with a big black Bible and a snow-white dress. She was 19 years of age and was developed to a fault, but I will admit she knew the Bible well. A little white lace hanky marked the text that she would use. She'd breathe into that microphone and send us all to hell. She had a guitar picker by the name of Luther Short, a hairy-legged soul lost out in sin. She would turn and smile at Luther when the program would commence. With a voice as sweet as angels, she would break out in a hymn. I was a-picking for her too with what we call the doghouse bass. I clung to every word that passed her lips. She was down on booze and cigarettes and high on days to come, and she'd punctuate the prophecy with movements of her hips.
Oh, you knew that was coming, because when he said she was 19 and well-developed, you knew this was going in the direction of sin. Now she's got hips.
The Lord knows how I loved her. He was there each time she preached, but old Luther took her home each Sunday morn. Looking back, I still recall the way it hurt my tender pride. I longed to be a hero, but they're made, not born. Sometimes old Luther showed up at the studio hat tight, and smoking was a thing he liked to do. She never said a word to him, but said a prayer for me. I told her in a way that I'd been praying for her too. One Sunday her old man showed up and said that she was gone. Said she and Brother Luther had a call. I can see me standing in that studio that day. I had to face the heartbreak, unemployment, and all.
Oh, boy.
I don't know where they are, 'cause I ain't seen them people since. Lord, if I judge them, let me give them lots of room. I know Luther Short, and he's a hard old boy to change. And I've often sat and wondered who it was converted whom.
There it is. There it is. I told you. He does this. He does these twists at the ends of songs. And he's whether Luther converted her to be a bad girl because they had to run away for something, or she converted him. And but then you're like, well, is he talking about himself too somewhere in there? One of the things about Tom T is his songs have like an A plot and a B plot going on. It's kind of common in sitcoms on TV, for example, or even in movies, where there's sort of like a common theme going on in it. And you've got the antagonist or the protagonist or the hero. The protagonist is also known as the hero in screenwriting, and the antagonist is the one trying to stop it from happening. But sitcoms don't necessarily have an antagonist. There's some antagonism going on in there, but they're just meant to be funny. It isn't like life and death and all this. But it's kind of common to have like two themes going on in parallel with one another. The A theme, the big theme that you really got your eye on, and then the B theme, you've got like minor characters or lesser characters, but they might even be going through a similar arc of a story, kind of parallels the other one. And Tom kind of does that in his songs where he borrows from the world of, like in this one, she was a little lady preacher, but she had a hot body. And he borrows, sort of jumps in and out where you've got like sort of paralleling plots going on, but he borrows one, and that makes metaphor a lot easier to use. So, I mean, if I had more time to flesh it out, I mean, obviously when I'm doing a reaction, these are the first times that thoughts pop into my head, but this is what guys like Tom T do. But in the end, he drops that zinger in there, and you're like, then I wondered who converted whom. And you're like, oh, you're right. Like, he had an influence on her, Luther did. And like, you kind of have your eye on the fact that this guitar player in the background, which would be the character Tom T. Hall represented in this in the studio, and he would observe Luther come in the way he did, and she would come in, the little lady preacher would come in, and he would observe them, and he secretly loved her, and he wanted her. And so you kind of have your eye over there. Is he going to get her or not? And then you find out, well, he doesn't get her, but for reasons you wouldn't expect, because they had to run away for some reason, and it looks like Luther might have done something wrong, and they both had to leave. So who converted who? Did he convert her to bad ways? Did she convert him to good ways? Where'd they go? Because he hadn't heard from him since. And that's good storytelling right there. It just leaves you wondering too, because he doesn't even know. So you're living vicariously through him. I love this. I love it when my prefatory comments wind up coming so absurdly true during it, where there was this twist in the end, and then Tom T being a storyteller among storytellers. You absolutely could have a college class, at least one class dedicated, one session dedicated to dissecting this song and all the literary devices used in it and such. So, all right, I'm going to rate this, and Roger, this is a good one. I wonder if anybody else had requested this along the way. Obviously, when somebody makes a gift request, as long as it fits with the channel theme, I get on them right away. And lots of people make lots of regular requests, if you will, and I can't get to them all. But I wonder if somebody has requested this, because this is a gem of a song, right up my alley. I love the bass line in this. The piano in it kind of had like a circus feel to it. Whenever you come in with that jolly piano, it almost has like a circus bar feel to it even. The instrumentation was just fun. Tom T he's just unique. He's just in a groove every time he sings. The number that popped into my head on this one was a 9.3. This was a story, and this was fun. It was intriguing, and it's Tom T. Hall, so you don't really need to say much. You know you're getting something good out of it. So, all right, Roger, thank you again, my friend. That was fun. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video, and keep rocking the country.